The Nag Hammadi Library is a collection of early Christian texts discovered in Egypt in 1945. These texts have been a topic of fascination and debate among scholars and enthusiasts alike for decades. But what is it about this collection that makes it so valuable? Why is the Nag Hammadi Library considered a treasure trove of secret Christian books? First of all, the Nag Hammadi Library contains some of the earliest known Christian writings, dating back to the 2nd century AD. These texts provide valuable insight into the beliefs and practices of early Christian communities. They also shed light on the diversity of early Christian thought, which was not as unified as many people might assume. But perhaps even more fascinating than the historical significance of these texts is their content. The Nag Hammadi Library contains many Gospels, epistles, and other writings that were not included in the New Testament. Some of these texts provide radically different perspectives on Jesus and his teachings than the books that made it into the Bible. For example, the Gospel of Thomas is a collection of sayings attributed to Jesus, but it does not contain any narrative or description of Jesus' life or death. Instead, it presents a series of cryptic sayings that invite interpretation and reflection. The Gospel of Mary Magdalene portrays Mary as a prominent disciple of Jesus and provides a female perspective on the early Christian movement. Other texts in the Nag Hammadi Library deal with topics such as creation, the nature of God, and the role of spiritual practice in achieving enlightenment. These texts offer a window into the mystical and esoteric aspects of early Christianity, which are often overlooked in more mainstream discussions of the religion. But why were these texts excluded from the New Testament? Some scholars believe that they were deemed heretical or too controversial by early Christian leaders who were seeking to establish a more uniform doctrine. Others argue that the process of canonization was a gradual and complex one, and that the exclusion of certain texts was not necessarily deliberate or ideological. Whatever the reason for their exclusion, the texts of the Nag Hammadi Library provide a valuable counterpoint to the more familiar books of the New Testament. They challenge us to rethink our assumptions about the early Christian movement and to appreciate the diversity of voices and perspectives that contributed to its development. In conclusion, the Nag Hammadi Library is a treasure trove of secret Christian books because it contains some of the earliest known Christian writings and provides valuable insights into the beliefs and practices of early Christian communities. Its texts offer a fascinating glimpse into the diversity of early Christian thought and challenge us to think critically about the origins and development of the religion.